So today we are going to help Melville at the lab, and then we are going to go to the tower, but I will say the stuff I did at the end of last episode did reset, which is fine because I couldn't find a green connection anyways, and my assumption is maybe it's in the Golden Gate area where it's just like a way to make green, or it's hidden in the map that I haven't seen yet, because I could have swore that there wasn't any RGB stuff in this map, in the regular puzzles.
There you are. Good.
What's happening?
Inside this lab, there's a machine. As usual, I have no idea what it is. Some sort of generator, if I had to guess. When Byron got stuck in the system, it went haywire. It's currently outputting enough energy to power all of New Jerusalem twice. As you can imagine, that's causing quite a bit of interference.
So what do I do?
You go in there and you switch it off. Shouldn't be hard.
Okay. Yeah, it shouldn't be hard at all. This won't kill me. Emergency shutdown. What if I identify user? Denied. Sure. We'll load an ATHN. A text adventure? Oh no. Sure, I'll play it. You wake up in an impossible place knowing nothing. I thought it said stream. Okay, scream. I'll look around. You seem to be in a labyrinth of ancient crumbling walls. Beneath you is an altar of some kind, as if you were a sacrifice. The sky above you is a perfect cobalt blue, and you are startled by its beauty. Reach for the sky. You reach out and touch the sky, finding that it is much closer than it appears, and it is made of metal. This knowledge makes it no less beautiful, and yet is not the true sky, the one you yearn for. You have gained knowledge of the world. A cold wind blows through the ruins, and you know without knowing how that it is the wind from the kingdom of Artemis. It is the wind that brings it. It is. What the fuck? Am I having a stroke? It is the wind that brings with it whispers of mountains glimpsed across the stormy sea. In deep forests wreathed in fog, in the long-forgotten cities of your ancestors, explore the labyrinth. You set out into the ruins, apprehensive but curious. There is a strange kind of beauty here, the beauty of decay. You must be careful not to imbibe too much of it. Never heard that word before. Suddenly, an echoing voice speaks to you. Emergency shutdown settings, access denied. It intones error 1C155358. The sting of death is sin. I'm going to pick that one. I don't know what the hell I'm choosing. Leaving the lost children of Hephaestus behind you, you step out into the vast plain under a setting sun. Night is falling now, and you can see the lights of distant fires on the slopes of Olympus, but you are not ready to ascend. Only once you have found all three sigils will the path up to the divine flame be open. A path leads to the south to the buried city, another leads north to the garden of Hesperides. Let's go to the buried city. The buried city lies to the south. It was once a place of great wisdom. The philosophers of old strolled on its walkways, debating the nature of virtue in the soul. Now the sands of the desert have claimed its streets, and even its famed temple upon a hill is slowly eroding. Search the ruins. As you walk through the lost avenues of the buried city, looking for a sigil, you come upon a strange sight, a procession of ghostly figures, echoes of a forgotten past or an unimaginable future, trapped in a moment of celebration. They're smiling, happy, and at peace with the world. How do they make you feel? Happy. The ghosts do not frighten you. You decide that they are not echoes of the past, but signs of the future yet to come. Walking amongst the ghosts, you come upon a fragment bearing the sigil of the owl. You reach down and take it. As you do, gain the sigil. Let's go to the Garden of Hesperides. Your journey is interrupted by a frightful burned figure standing alone in the sands of the desert. Access denied, it screams. Let's fight it. The nymphs lead you to a place where the crowns of the brass trees seem to grow together, forming a kind of chamber strangely reminiscent of a chapel. In the middle of this chamber grows a smaller tree, made of bright blue steel, and upon this tree grows a single golden apple. Ask the nymphs about the apple, ask the nymphs about their father. Take the apple. I want to take the apple. The nymphs put their delicate mechanical fingers on your chest, stopping you. This apple, they say in unison, their eyes aglow, confers the gift of deathlessness and true wisdom. Many heroes, and not a few villains, have come to claim it, but all faltered in the final step. For you must know that deathlessness reveals the mortality of the world, and true wisdom is unending folly. It's unending folly. Who would take this burden upon themselves? Do I beg them? Do I punch a nymph? I might choose that one. Say some numbers. Explain that the world needs you to succeed. With my knowledge of world, offer to trade part of yourself for the apple. Say that you are strong enough to bear it. These are the sensible ones, but I really just want to punch a nymph and see what the response is. How dare you punch me, the nymph said in outrage. Alex didn't manage to implement a proper response for the jam ended, but there will be one in the final version. Okay, let's explain that the world needs you to succeed. You speak wisely of the world and you are right, the nymphs say, but do not forget that you are a human, and you cannot bear this burden alone. Hope you didn't hear that in the background. Journey to Olympus. Suddenly the voice of the Sphinx. Initiate emergency touchdown. Her golden wings shadow cast. No, you must not do as Pandora commands you. I have stopped you for a reason. If you complete your quest and ascend to Olympus, everything will burn. Retry. Why do you persist in this? Go back to New Jerusalem. Retry. Give up. If not for your own sake, then for the sake of your people. Do you want to see New Jerusalem burn? Maybe.
The flame is not yours to wield, creature of clay. Touch it, and you will burn.
You know, dealing with this hyper-advanced technology is quite challenging enough without the place also being bloody haunted.
Did you figure out anything else about the generator?
When I said it was outputting enough energy for 2 New Jerusalems, I wasn't kidding. It really was. And no emissions of any kind. I'd have to run more tests, but it seems like a perfect power source.
But it was going, in your words, bananas.
True, but that was user error.
Fair enough.
Anything can be used badly. Pellegrino once almost killed himself with a bucket. But I'm pretty sure I could idiot-proof this thing if they let me. Oh well, we'll see.
On my last return to New Jerusalem, I perused the latest artistic offerings and found myself deeply disappointed. There is nothing more despicable to me than an artist who pursues the appearance of morality. Moral art is trash, garbage, not even good enough to be used as wallpaper. If art is a religion, then morality is for those who want to be seen in church. True art is for those who believe. Art must be ecstatic, a work of revelation, created in pursuit of the truth, no matter where it leads. An artist must be an agent of chaos in times of order, and an agent of order in times of chaos.
God, finally. I don't know why I struggle with that one so much.
The philosopher Straton of Stagira had little respect for the gods, and instead placed his faith in Prometheus. Driven by hubris, he asked questions that must not be asked, and revealed secrets that should have remained hidden. It is said that for these offenses, he was put to death by the people of his city. Can you see the folly of his actions?
Is there a folly to pursue the truth, even if there is a cost? There is no folly in pursuing the truth. It was only his methods that were mistaken. I can. He should have respected the positions and beliefs of his people. If all it was not his, it was the people who acted foolishly. I can. It was foolish of him to give his own life in the pursuit of truth. It is never folly to pursue the truth, even if there is a cost.
Why do you believe that the truth is worth more than a life?
Value of truth is axiomatic. The world needs the truth more than it needs one's life. But it needs one life. Living without the truth is not living. Truth is the only foundation a future can be built upon. I don't, but I believe it was Stratton's choice to make. Living without truth is not living.
So one lie is enough to invalidate an entire life?
Yes. No, what matters is the pursuit of truth. No, context matters. Some lives are insignificant, others not. No, what matters is the pursuit.
And what good is the truth to those who have pursued it to their deaths? Consider this as you approach the flame.
Well, that was surprisingly calm, given how aggressive Pandora has been elsewhere. I didn't think she'd even want to talk to you.
I've toyed with the idea that the entities might be epiphenomenal in some way. Instead of causing the changes in the system, maybe they just respond to them.
I remember when I was quite young, I was having trouble figuring out what I wanted to do. I wanted to see the outside world, but even back then, that wasn't really encouraged. I ran into Byron on Jameson Avenue, completely by accident, and I was too nervous to talk to him. I mean, he was one of the first companions. But he noticed me, and we started talking, and he was really encouraging. Introduced me to Garrus, and took me along on an expedition to the quarries in the mountains. Whatever flaws he may have, Byron cares about people. He changed my life.
Yep. That's Byron in a nutshell.
So, here it looks like there should be an anti-gravity elevator, but it's locked down. I'll need you to connect to the data stream again. I'm really sorry, 1K. I know it's a risk, but I think it'll be worth it.
Have you seen Miranda's design for a transport system that would connect all the labs to the machine?
It's amazing, isn't it? I think she's really excited about showing this place to people one day. She also kept asking me about what kind of monuments we could build, you know? To really transform the landscape, show the possibilities.
But her capsules only fit one person.
It's just the first iteration. Give her some time. She'll figure it out. Remember how many mistakes we made in the beginning, even with all the blueprints we had?
But that's not my point. It just worries me that she lacks context. Her imagination is incredible, but it's still limited by what she hasn't experienced.
Would it have been better if she'd been raised in New Jerusalem? If her mind was limited by self-hate and decay? If all she could imagine was sitting around ignoring the universe in favor of self-righteous solipsism?
No, but I don't know.
Sorry. You're not wrong. We can't stay hidden forever.
So this is a little different. It's a blue. I feel like I gotta swap those, maybe? Because... You know what, actually, the more I think about it, I'm not really sure. I need blue by itself. So yes, actually, I think I do need to swap these. How would I do this in a way? Take this off. This is blue, which is what I need to leave. One of the things I need to leave. This has to stay in the center, I assume. Because then I get blue. See, that's also blue. I'm confused now. But how do I get red as well? To go into there. Does it carry the red connection? Switch it to blue. Take blue and red, connect it to green. Okay, that makes sense. A little confusing for me, but I'll get it. I don't know if this is the mechanic that we're working with this map, or if there's going to be something else thrown at us, but... It's interesting. The passageway.
I don't like sand. It's coarse, and rough, and irritating, and it gets in my ball bearings.
Oh wait, I gotta... Let me rotate this real quick. Oh, it also... So I can bring it this way. Once I get another connection. It's just red down here, nothing else? Okay, so I gotta go over here and see. Oops, I keep clicking the wrong one. Okay, so red and blue will get me one here. How do I get blue into that with just one? Oh, I can... No, that's red. I guess I gotta do it just with the red to start, because it seems to be the only vertical I can see. Okay, so now I would do the opposite. And then connect up blue. Right. But now this side of the map is now useless. And did I only need blue to leave? No, I need red as well. I kind of figured it would swap back to red at some point. Alright, let's rotate this the wrong way. Let's do that here. Okay, so I can see one here and here. Let's get rid of that. Oh shit, wait. Now we get rid of this. And now I just need red. Oh. Wait, I would just rotate it one more time, wouldn't I? Yes, but I did mess up the connections, so I have to just reset up the blue one with this real quick, and then go rotate it one more time. It's the wrong way. Let me just move that here. Okay, now I can take this away. Go connect up red. And leave.
I spotted the lab with the drone, sending you the coordinates.
I really like that they point out the lab for me so I don't have to spend a half hour running around this giant map to find it. I just wanted to see what the first couple puzzles were like in this map, and the next episode we'll continue through all the puzzles plus the extra ones and get all the question marks. See if we can do any stars or anything quickly. If not, then I'll come back to them. But let me get this, and I'll end the episode with this audio log.
She's remarkable, isn't she? She sees so much beauty in everything.
She is, you're right. But I'm not sure she doesn't see too much beauty.
Is it wrong to be delighted by the perfection of the universe? To look at what surrounds us and experience awe instead of just fear?
No, but to call it perfection implies a kind of moral value that it doesn't have. The universe is cold, Athena. It doesn't care about us, or about life, or civilization. It fundamentally cannot care. But Miranda seems to think it's almost benevolent, purposeful.
You're right. But have you considered that maybe she sees something we can't see? A step ahead? You know, Cornelius, if we succeed, the next generation will not be like us. They might see the world in ways we never could have imagined. Maybe she's the first sign of that.
I hope so. I really do, Athena. You know that I love her, and I am perpetually amazed that this being we created that came solely from our minds is so profoundly different and unique. That does strike me as a kind of miracle. But it's also a huge responsibility, and I worry about our choices.